friends. I'm so excited to see you today. I think it's a beautiful day for a boat ride, and I want to see if I can get my special friend to come in the boat with me. He came up to visit, so we'll see if we can get him to ride in the boat. What do you think? Puss Puss, do you want to go on a boat ride? Yes. There's room in the boat for Avery. There's room in the boat for Malachi. There's room in the boat for Eleanor. There's room in the boat for you. There's room in the boat for Kale. There's room in the boat for Bari. There's room in the boat for Lexi. There's room in the boat for you. You guys keep rowing. Puss Puss doesn't like the rowing. There's room in the boat for Ruby. There's room in the boat for Harper. There's room in the boat for Connor. There's room in the boat for you. There's room in the boat for Isabel. There's room in the boat for Dahlia. There's room in the boat for Faiza. There's room in the boat for you. There's room in the boat for Braxton. There's room in the boat for Bryn. There's room in the boat for Charlie. There's room in the boat for you. There's room in the boat for Sharon. There's room in the boat for Jan. There's room in the boat for Puss Puss. There's room in the boat for you. There's room in the boat for Strider. There's room in the boat for Blake. There's room in the boat for Gracie. There's room in the boat for you. There's room in the boat for Cooper. There's room in the boat for Sylvia. There's room in the boat for Gus. There's room in the boat for you. There's room in the boat for Gabriella. There's room in the boat for Miss Ferguson. There's room in the boat for Mr. Ferguson. There's room in the boat for you. There's room in the boat for you. There is room in the boat for everyone today. And I was kind of excited that Puss Puss decided to come in the boat with us, although he did not like the rowing, did he? Was not a fan of the rowing. Well, give yourselves a round of applause. Wonderful job on our boat ride. All right, my friends, this morning for sharing, we're going to share my favorite thing about spring. What is your favorite thing about spring? So your share is, my favorite thing about spring is, Okay, so everybody think. And when you know what you want to share, raise your hand. All right, great job, guys. So my favorite thing about spring is all the flowers blooming. So in the springtime, they say April showers bring May flowers, right? So we usually get a lot of rain in the spring so that the flowers can grow. It does take rain to make the flowers grow, and it also takes pollinators going from flower to flower to flower, pollinating them. So my favorite thing about spring is all the flowers blooming. Now I can't wait to hear what your favorite thing about spring is. So I want you to pause the video and find someone in your house to share with. My favorite thing about spring is All right, my friends, for our writing today, we are going to continue writing about spring. Okay, so yesterday we wrote how many words? Who can remember? 3 words, right? Let's read the words we wrote, okay? It is spring. Excellent. Remember, we kind of sounded this one out by going spring, because we know that ing, that king of ing, says ing. Excellent. So let's read it one more time. Get that pointer power ready. It is spring. Excellent. So now today we're going to start our sentence that's going to say what happens in spring. And you're going to get to pick something that you want to write about that happens in spring. So today we're going to write in spring. Okay, so let's count those words. In spring. And then the last part was a right? So we're going to leave a blank spot for that, okay? So in spring. Those are the 2 words we're going to write today, okay? So I'm going to draw 2 spots, and this is going to be a new sentence. Okay? And then over here, I'm going to change the color because we're going to make that something totally different. Okay? When we do our blank spot. Okay, so what's this first word going to be today? Yes, in. And remember that in is going to be what? An uppercase or a lowercase? It's the beginning of a sentence, so it has to be an uppercase. Excellent. So let's think about that sound. In. I. What is that? What makes that sound? Yes, an I. And remember, I straight down from head to toe, then across the top and across the toes. That's how I goes. I love that Nelly Edge song. So what's the second sound you hear? In. In. Yes, an N. And that's going to be lowercase, so straight stick down and a bump on the side. In. Excellent. You guys are doing such a great job with your writing. If I haven't told you enough, I am super excited to see your writing. So let's write another word here. What's this word going to be? It's a word we've already written. Spring. Yes, spring is sprung. So let's go ahead and write the word spring. Now, we know if we look up here how to spell it. Okay, and that's actually a really good strategy. If you've already written a word, you can look back at that word again. But for today, just to practice hearing our sounds, we're going to sound it out again. Okay, spring. S. What sound is that? An S, yes. S. P, p, p. Yes, it's a P. Good thinking. Spur, R, yes. And we have our ing at the end. Ing. What says ing? I-N-G. Yes, the king of ing. Ing says ing, so I-N-G. Wonderful. And guess what we're going to write next? When we continue our writing, we're going to write what happens in the spring. What sorts of things happen in springtime? So let Mrs. Ferguson get a different marker out because we're going to indicate that we're going to write something else in this spot. So I'm going to go ahead and put another blank there, another spot where we're going to write what happens in spring. Okay, so let's think of some things that happen in spring. And we're going to write a couple of them today, and we're going to write some more tomorrow, and then you guys can choose what you'd like to write. Okay, give me a thumbs up if you understand. All the things that happen in spring, everything that happens in spring. Oh, I just noticed that thing and spring rhyme. They both end in ing. Excellent. Okay. All right, name one thing that happens in spring. What did Mrs. Ferguson say is her favorite thing about spring? Yes, I like the flowers blooming, right? So, in spring, flowers grow. Flowers grow. Oh, I think I definitely want to write that. And I'm going to put one here and then one down here because I've got flowers grow. Okay? Awesome. So let's sound out the word flowers. F, yes. Fl. Do you hear it? Do you hear the L? Excellent. Flow. What do you think that is? A W, yes. Flower. An R. Good thinking, guys. Your brains are growing so much. Now I'm going to give you a hint. Flowers sounds like a Z at the end. But when we're talking about more than one flower, it's going to end in an S. Spring flowers. Even though it sounds like a Z, that's a tricky letter. Excellent job. So in spring flowers, what do flowers do in spring? They grow, right? Grow. Let's sound that word out. G, g. What do you hear? A G. Yes. G. Grr. R again. Great job. Grow. Oh. What sound is that? It's a long O sound, right? Grow. Grow. What's the last sound you hear? Yes, it's a W. All right, wonderful. Now, what do we need at the very end, guys? Punctuation. Say it with me. Punctuation. And I am stating something, in spring flowers grow, so I'm going to put a period at the end. Excellent. Oh my goodness, you guys did such a great job learning with me. So we're going to get ready to read our writing first, but first thing I want you to do is pretend like you're a flower bud. You're all closed up, and somebody just watered you, and so you're going to grow. I'm growing, I'm growing, I'm a flower and I'm growing. Yeah, so, okay, get that pointer power, helps me to read. Get it ready. Get ready. It is spring. In spring, flowers grow. Oh my goodness, wonderful job, guys. Let's read it one more time. Ready? Finger ready? Get your pointer power ready? It is spring. In spring, flowers grow. Wonderful job. Who's ready to do it on their own? Okay, let's read it on our own. Get ready. Oh my goodness, you guys are doing such a great job reading. Fantastic. Let's do a brain grow. And a flower blooming. Bloom. Bloom. I forgot to do it this way so you can see my arms. These are my petals and my leaves. These are my leaves. These are my petals, I guess. I don't have enough body parts on my head to look like an actual flower, huh? But you guys are doing such a great job reading and writing, and I love listening to you. I love listening to you guys read. You're doing a great, great job. And remember, wherever you are, that's where you should be. If you want to trace in the air, go for it. If you just want to sound it out with us, go for it. If you want to use a whiteboard like Mrs. Ferguson and you have one at home, go for it. It's all about the best way for you to learn. We all grow our brains in different ways, okay? So, great job today, guys. All right, my friends, guess what time it is? It's hero time. H-E-R-O time. It's H-E-R-O time. Who will be our hero today? Well, today we actually have two heroes. And remember yesterday, you guys, or the last time you watched the video, you met my friend Danielle, who works in diabetes research. Well, these two heroes are two of her students. She is not only, a researcher, and a scientist, she's also a teacher. So these are two of her students. And in the red shirt is Walt, and in the white shirt is Matthew. And what they're doing in this picture is they are presenting their research and the things that they learned to other students. And they go to a school called Vanderbilt, okay? And what they are doing research on is they are trying to understand, and it has to do with diabetes, but what they're trying to understand is when we eat food, the good stuff in that food sends a message to our brains, okay? So think about it. I'm going to eat an apple. And the good stuff in that food, the nutrients, say it with me, nutrients, the nutrients in that food send a message to your body, and our bodies learn. Our bodies can learn. Did you know that? Our bodies learn about the nutrients in the food that we eat, okay? And so our body has to be able to kind of talk to other parts of our body, right? My brain has to talk to my arms to tell them to move. Do, 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 okay? My brain has to tell my stomach what to do. Like, our parts of our bodies work together. And when your body parts don't talk to each other very well, they don't communicate very well, that's when we get diseases like diabetes. So, Matthew and Walt are working to understand how the food, the nutrients in the food, how your body learns about it, so that they can prevent people from getting diseases like diabetes, right? So I think that the work that Matthew and Walt are doing is really, really important to preventing people from getting diseases and preventing those people that have the diseases from getting, if people don't have it, then they won't be in a vulnerable population, right? So the more that we learn about diseases, the better we are at preventing people from getting them, right? Oh, I think this is really cool, important work. So I want you guys to say thank you to Matthew and Walt. Oh, I'm sure they heard that and appreciated. Thank you so much, Matthew and Walt, for the research that you're doing to help people with diabetes. It makes a huge difference in the world around you. Great job. Okay, my friends, for our game today, we're going to play a game called Busy Bees, okay? And so what you're going to do is you're going to pick 4 things in your room that you're in that are going to be flowers. So it could be a couch, or it could be a chair, or if you want, you could put 4 of your little stuffed animals out and they could be your flowers, okay? So I want you to pause the video and make sure you have 4 different flowers, at least 4 flowers that you can buzz over to, little bees, okay? All right, you got it? Excellent. Okay, so my busy bees, what you're going to do is I'm going to tell you to buzz, and you're going to pretend to fly over to one of your flowers. And when a bee goes to a flower, the bee does a couple different things. The first thing he does is he puts his little legs inside the flower. Okay, and when he does that, he has these really cool little sacs on the back of his legs, hairy sacs on the back of his legs, which is crazy. And when he sticks his legs in the flower, pollen sticks to his legs. And we call a bee a pollinator because he takes that pollen from one flower to another flower, right? And that's how that flower can grow. That flower can grow and reproduce, which is just the coolest. Now, the other thing a bee does when he puts his little body in a flower is he uses a very long tongue to suck nectar from the flower. And he's going to use that to bring back to his hive to make honey with. So bees are just the neatest. I will post a video so that you guys can see some of the cool things that bees are able to do. So, my little bees, for our game today, you are going to buzz to a flower, and then I'm going to tell you what you have to tell that flower, okay? All right, get ready. Bees, buzz to your first flower. Are you there? Okay. I want you to tell your flower, if you could be any animal, what animal would you be? Tell your flower what animal you would be if you could be any animal. Excellent. Now I want you to act like that animal. Great job. Okay, get your wings back on, little bees. Get ready to buzz to your next flower. Bzz, buzz to flower number 2. Bzz. You can buzz around the room a little bit if you need to. Bzz. Okay, bees, I want you to share with your flower your favorite season. What is your favorite season? Remember, those seasons are spring, summer, fall, and winter. What is your favorite season? Oh, excellent. Excellent. Okay, once you're done sharing what your favorite season is, I want you to act like you're in that season. If it's springtime, you might be picking flowers. If it's wintertime, you might be building a snowman. What do you do in your favorite season? Oh, very cool. Very cool. Mrs. Ferguson goes swimming in her favorite season because my favorite season is summer. Okay, get your wings back on, little bees. Go find your third flower. Find your third flower. And share, bees, share with your flower what your favorite food is. My favorite food is Oh, awesome. Now I want you to pretend like you're making your favorite food. So what would you do if you were making your favorite food? So Mrs. Ferguson's going to roll out her pizza dough. She's going to put on her toppings. She's going to put it in the oven. Ding! And it came out. She's going to cut it with the pizza cutter. And she's going to eat it. So pretend to make your favorite food. Awesome job. Okay, little bees, buzz to your last flower. Okay, awesome. Now, bees, I want you to share with your flower what your favorite thing to do is. What is your favorite thing to do? Oh, those are awesome things. Good sharing. Now I want you to pretend to do it. Pretend to do your favorite thing. Miss Ferguson likes to eat. I could pretend to eat. Pretend to do your favorite thing, guys. What do you love doing the most? Oh my goodness. Thank you. Little bees, you may buzz back to the screen. All right, wonderful. You just pollinated 4 different flowers. Great job. Great job, my friends. So let's give ourselves a round of applause in the air and then a round of applause on our legs. And thank you guys so much for coming with me to get and thank you so much for coming and hanging out with me again today. I had a wonderful day, and you guys, as always, made it so much brighter just by being in it. Thank you for being you. Thank you for working hard, and thank you for growing your brain with me. Bye.